Hello and welcome to the last episode of freeCodeCamp, which is actually a theory, which we're going to do some challenges, but it's actually the last one because the next ones will be just projects. We have one more theory part and then 5 projects and we are done, which is insane. Was a long ride, but a very fun one. Alright, so let's get into the last section. Well, the last theory section, which is about Node and Express, but it's the advanced stuff. We're going to learn template engines, passport, how to do social authentication. Then what else? Passport, which handles authentication, socket.io, and yeah, this is pretty nice. I like where this is going. So let's quickly get into it. Authentication is the process of action of verifying the identity of a user or process. Up to this point, you have been able to create an app utilizing this key concept. You have not okay, delete that. Up to this point, you have not been able to create okay, I can't read. Alright, that's it. This is zoomed in. Yeah, alright. The most common and easiest way to use authentication middleware for Node.js is Passport. It's easy to learn, lightweight, and extremely flexible, allowing for many strategies, which we will talk about in later challenges. In addition to authentication, we will also look at template engines, which allow for use of PUG, and WebSockets, which allow for real-time communication between all your clients and your server. Working on these challenges will involve you writing your code on Glitch on our starter project. After completing each challenge, you can copy your public Glitch URL. Okay, so we did this before. Let's open this link and see what is it about. Okay, apparently didn't work again, so let's open it again. For some reason, sometimes it doesn't clone the project properly, so keep doing it. Now it's not loading. Come on. What's wrong with you? That's weird. Alright, finally. So we don't have anything in the README? That's weird. Here we have Express, body parser, and that's all. A route which sends the index HTML. Whoa, which is... Oh, look at that. Index pug. Nice. But it sends index HTML as of now. So, okay, guess that will change. Alright, good. Let's start and get into the first lesson. Good. A template engine. How do you spell that? A template engine enables you to use static template files such as those written in Pug in your app. At runtime, the template engine replaces variables in a template file with actual values which can be supplied by your server and transforms the template into a static HTML file that is then sent to the client. Oh boy, I can't breathe. Alright, now I can read. Finally. This approach makes it easier to design an HTML page and allows for displaying of variables on the page without needing to make an API call from the client. Alright. To set a pug for use in your project, you will need to add as a dependency first in your package.json. Let's use what we learned. Here we can search for pug. Whoa, what version they are using? This is 0.1, and here we have 2. Oh, what should we do? I guess let's use what they tell us so we don't have issues. Or let's use the latest. I don't know. We can change it if it doesn't work as we wanted. Now, to tell Node Express to use the template engine, you will have to tell your Express app to set pug as the view engine. App.set view engine pug. Lastly, you should change your response to the request for the index route to rest.render with the path to views pug index pug. If all went as planned, you should refresh your app homepage and see a small message saying you're successfully rendering the pug for our pug from our pug file. Submit your page when you think you got right. Alright. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, we don't have an index.html because it's the pug one. So let's go here and we need to set app.set. Where should we do it? Let's do it here, and then you change the response into res.render with the path to views pug index.pug. So this first. Process.cwd. Not sure what that is. Okay, I guess that's like their name. And this res.send. What was it? Res.render. Alright, so now we should see the website. Nice. Looks like this page is being rendered from pug into HTML. And look at this structure. So this is pug. It works with HTML tags, but you can see it has conditions. It has variables. And what else? Yeah, so if you want to put something inside the div, you just indent it in the new line. Yeah, it's a different syntax, but shouldn't be hard to guess. Alright. Let's copy this link and submit it here, which should work. Alright, 5%. Awesome. Use a template engine's powers. One of the greatest features of using a template engine is being able to pass variables from the server to the template file before rendering it to HTML. Okay, in your pug file, you're able to use a variable by referencing the variable names as a hashtag or hash symbol, and then the variable name inside quotes. It should be inline with other text or on an element, or by using an equal sign on the element without a space, such as p equals variable name, which assigns the variable's value to the p element's text. Alright. We strongly recommend looking at the syntax and structure of Pug here. We have a link. Okay, so yeah, declares a doc type HTML. Inside it says a header body. The title has equal to page title, which is a variable. And look at that, we have a script. Alright, and it transforms to this. Okay. Good. What else? Pug is all about white spacing, tabs to show nested elements, and cutting down on the amount of code needed to make a beautiful site. Looking at your Pug file, we use the variables title and message. To pass this along our server, you will need to add an object as a second argument to your rest.render with the variables and their values. Alright, it should look like this. Good. Refresh your page to see the values. Okay. So let's use this. Hopefully it will work with the version of the API we have. I see here different. No, but not sure. Oh well, let's see if that works. So here, server, and as a second argument, well, actually, let's store it here. Const page variables will be this. Whoa, what a copy. I want this. Okay. So title hello and message please login. Good. Page variables should now go here. Should load, and if we refresh we should see something. Okay, look at that. Hello and please log in. Nice. Let's submit this and boom. Alright, set up passport. Whoa. It's time to set a password so we can finally start allowing a user to register or log into an account. In addition to password, we will use Express Session to handle sessions. Using this middleware, save the session ID as a cookie in the client and allows us to access the session data and access the session data using that ID on the server. Okay. This way we keep personal account information out of the cookie used by the client to verify to our server they are to the client to verify to our server. To verify on our server. Well, they are authenticated and just keep the key to access the data stored on the server. To set up password for use in your project, you will need to add it as a dependency first in your package.json. So let's do that. Passport. Okay, 04, this is 03. So a little older. In addition, Express Session has a dependency now as well. This has a ton of advantages. Advanced feature. Oh boy. What am I reading? Okay, let's keep going. We are so close. So Express Session has a ton of advanced features. You can use both for now. We're just going to use the basics. So let's add it. Come on, express session. (115). This is 116. Okay, pretty close. You will need to set up the session settings now and initialize passport. Be sure to first create the variable session and passport to require express session and password. Passport. So let's do that. Passport require passport. And then session require express session. All right. To set up your Express app to use the session, we'll define just a few basic options. Be sure to add session secret to your environment file and give it a random value. This is used to compute the hash used to encrypt your cookie. Okay, app.use session secret resave save initialized. Okay, let's use this. Put it here. And in our .env, which we don't have, let's create it. And session secret will be what? Something. You can change it to whatever you want. Alright. As well, you can go ahead and tell your Express app to use passport.initialize and passport.session, for example, at .use. Submit your page when you think you got it right. If you're running into errors, you can check out the project completed up to this point here. Alright. Kind of interesting. App.use passport.initialize and passport.session, right? Initialize and session. Okay. Let's copy this, submit. Yay. Good. Serialization and deserialization are important concepts in regards to authentication. To serialize an object means to convert its contents into a small key, essentially, that can then be deserialized into the original object. This is what allows us to know who's communicated with the server without having to send the authentication data like username and passwords, but each request for a new page. To set this up properly, we need to have a serialize function and a deserialize function. In Passport, we create them with our function, okay. The serialize user is called with two arguments, the full user object and a callback used by Passport. Returned in the callback should be a unique key to identify that user. The easiest one is to use being the user's ID in the object, as it should be unique and is generated by MongoDB. Similarly, the serialize user is called with that key as a callback function for Passport as well. But this time we have to take that key and return the user full object to the callback. To make a query search for MongoID, you will have to create object ID require Mongo object ID. And then to use it, you call new object the ID. Interesting. Be sure to add MongoDB as a dependency. You can see this in the examples below. So we serialize the user, sending the user.id. And then we deserialize the user. We go into the collection users, find one with the ID of object new ID, error doc. Okay. This deserialized user will throw an error until we set up the DB in the next step. So comment out the whole block and just call the null. Alright. Okay, let's see where we can do this. Don't have DB. We also let's see what we needed to import. MongoDB. MongoDB as a dependency. Okay. Oh, we have it already imported. Good. And now we need to do this. Object ID. Require MongoDB that object ID. Alright. So now we have that, but we don't have DB. So for now, let's comment that out and see if this passes. Okay, so we're not allowed, but so we don't have this variable. What it should be? Okay, I guess MongoDB and then const object ID will be MongoDB.object. Well, let's convert this to DB just. I don't know. So now we should have DB, object ID with capital. Alright. And we also have DB. I'm not sure if that works. Okay. So no, what's our DB? Oh, this should be null. Alright. Okay, good. So that worked. Now, right now we're not loading an actual user object since we haven't set up our database. This can be done multiple ways, but for our project we will connect to the database once when we start the server and keep a persistent connection for a full lifecycle of the app. To do this, add MongoDB as a dependency and require it in your server. So let's add that. Guess we can go from DB. Alright. Now we want to connect to our database when then start listening for requests. The purpose of this is not to allow requests before our database is connected, or if there is a database error. To accomplish you will want to encompass your serialization and your app listening in the following. Okay, so we need this. Here. Now, console database error, successful database connection, serialization app license. So let's do that here, because this is when we don't have an error, so we can connect to the database. You can now uncomment the block in the Serialize User and remove your done null. Be sure to set database in your environment file to the database connection string. You can set up a free database on MLab. Really, we need to... Can't we use this? Wouldn't work. Okay, that's there. Move your data done null now. Done null duck. They are very vague about what we need to do. Database connection should be present. I think we don't have a connection. Let's see. Requested. Where's that coming from? Let's console.log hello. Okay. So yeah, database error. Don't have a database. So let's go to, what was that? Atlas. Let's log in. I'm going to get the database, what we had, and the user. Let me we learned this in the MongoDB section. So connect application, copy this here. Let's paste this in, and I need to change the password, which I don't know what password with it. So let me check access, edit, okay, and let me add the password. All right. Good. Now we have an error. What's that? The URL argument must be of type string. All right. So I need to make it a string. Back. env make it string. Okay. Good. Now it's a string. Good. Authentication failed. Okay. Not sure why, but at least we know that it get here. Let's check now. Should be present. Come on, it's present. Why it's not working? Requested. Authentication failed. I haven't put the, whoops. Oh boy. Haven't put the right, oh, okay. I haven't put the right password. Successful database connection, yay! I really need some sound effects. Alright, so let's submit. Come on. It works. What's wrong? Database connection. Maybe Mongo client. This is not wrong, right? I don't know. Database connection should be present. And it is. Done, null should be erased. Does anyone see the issue? Hmm. What's wrong? Hmm. That's right there. It's authenticated here. To remove that. Not sure Mongo that collection is a thing. And we don't have Mongoose, so database connection should be present. But it is. Oh, I clicked the button. Let's see what's wrong. Okay, so no errors here. Oh boy. Okay, now we want to connect to our database, then start listening for requests. The purpose of this is not to allow requests before our database is connected. App.listen. What? Hmm. If you are running into errors, you can check the project completed until. Okay, let's see. Mongo, okay. And DB, where's this DB coming from? Oh, from there. Okay. So I missed that. Look at that. This is the DB. Oh, okay. So DB. What I was doing, boy. Okay. So that's that. And now. Still not complete. Okay, so we have that. We have those. Should maybe the order? No, we have those there. Then passport, serialize, done. Passport deserialize, done. Object ID, Mongo, those work. And DB, this shouldn't be that, so. Okay, I guess now we just overwritten that DB or something. Who knows? Still nothing. Mongo.connect. DB collection, which is that DB. Object ID. Seems fine. Password deserialize app.o. Okay, so everything inside here. Okay. Let's put this up there. Then put this inside. Okay. That was the issue. Guess it didn't wait for the database to connect. Alright. Okay, so yeah. Apparently we needed to wait for the database to connect and then render. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Just needed to stretch. The strategy is way of authenticating a user. You can use a strategy for allowing users to authenticate based on locally saved information, if you have them registering first, or from a variety of providers such as Google or GitHub. For this project, we will set up a local strategy. To see a list of the hundreds of strategies, visit passport here. Whoa, Facebook, Twitter, JWT. Oh boy, so many. Okay, nice. Now you will have to tell Passport to use an instantiated local strategy object with a few settings defined. Make sure this, as well as everything from this point on, is encapsulated in the database connection, since it relies on it. So we create a local strategy which takes a function, a callback function, username, password, and done. Then in the database on collection, we find the username with the username, and then we console that log. If error, return done, return error. If not user, return done, null, false. If password different than user.password, which is this, return done, or then return done. So every time we're returning done with either an error or null and false if it's incorrect, or we don't have a user, or the password is incorrect. And lastly, we return done if that's correct. Okay, so let's take this and where we put it? I guess here. Local strategy, so we need to import that. This is defining the process to take when we try to authenticate someone locally. First, it tries to find the user in a database with the username entered. Then it checks for the password to match. Then finally, if no errors have popped up that we have checked for, like an incorrect password, the user's object is returned and they are authenticated. Many strategies are set up using different settings. Generally, it is easy to set it up based on the README in the strategy repository though. Okay, a good example of this is the Github strategy, where we don't need to worry about the username or password because the user will be sent to the GitHub's auth page and authenticate, and as long as they are logged in and agree, then GitHub returns their profile for us to use. In the next step, we will set up how to actually call the authentication strategy to validate the user based on the data. Submit the page when you think you've got it up to this point. Okay. I forgot to read that. So we need to get this. Let's put it here. Okay. We don't have passport local, so let's import it. Passport local. All right. Okay, so now it should work. Let's copy the link, submit it, and next. In the index.pug file supplied, there is actually a login form. It has previously been hidden because of the inline JavaScript if show login, with the form indented after it. Before show login, as a variable was never defined. It never rendered the code block containing the form. Go ahead and on the rest.render for that page, add the variable to the object, show login true. Here, show login true. Now on this page, if we refresh, we should see a login form. Yeah, look at that, nice. Now I wonder why CSS is not. Oh, yeah, it's working. Just doesn't have anything very interesting. I see we have an if here show login and also an if show registration. Let's be fancy about it and show the registration also. We will probably need it in the next section, so why not? Alright, good. So the login has username and password. It looks so ugly. Let me zoom in. I am surprised they didn't add a CSS or something. Good. This form is set up to post on login, so this is where we should set up to accept the post and authenticate the user. For this challenge, you should add the route login to accept the post request. So let's do that. Yes, here app.post on /login, and we get a request and a response, and we do something with them. Probably here is where we're going to do this. We'll see. Okay, to authenticate on this route, you need to add the middleware to do so before sending a response. This is done by just passing another argument with the middleware before your function request response with your response. The middleware to use is passport authenticate local. Okay, passport authenticate can also take some. So basically, we don't need to put that here. We can just, that's really nice. So we can just pass in a middleware here. and it will run before running this callback, which is neat. So let's use this here. So now this login on the post is actually checking for the user if it's authenticated. Okay, good. Password can also take some arguments, such as failure redirect on home, which is incredibly useful, so be sure to add this as well. Okay, I guess this redirects to home when we're not authenticated. Failure will be going to home. Alright, nice. Okay, as a response after using the middleware, which will only be called if the authentication middleware passes, should be to redirect the user to /profile, and that route should render the view profile pug. Okay, so we have here profile, so want to send it there. So res.redirect, res.render. Is it a redirect or render or both? As a response after the middleware should be to redirect the user to profile, and that route should render the view. Oh, okay, so we redirect. I see. Okay, so we redirect here to /.profile, and then we create the app.get for /profile, and here we want to res.render process cdeal plus use pug profile pug, like that. Okay, so this redirects the profile, which will get the profile and render our pug file. Okay. If the authentication was successful, the user object will be saved in rec.user. Now, at this point, if you enter username and a password in the form, it should redirect to the home page, and in the console of the server, you should be. And in the console of your server should be user username attempted to log in, since we currently cannot log a user who isn't registered. Submit your page when you think you got it here. Okay, so we're not registered, so we shouldn't be able to see. But still, let's refresh this. Here, type in that and 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Log in, cannot do raw queries on admin in a class. What? Okay, cannot do raw queries on admin in a class. Not sure what that means, but we'll see, I guess. So let's go back and copy this link, paste it here. Should be good to go. No, all steps should be correctly implemented in the server.js. Now this is so vague. What does it mean? All steps should be correctly implemented. Okay. So we do the route, get profile, post on login, password authenticate, we have passport, we have it. Local, oh, that's bad. Oh no, that's not bad. It's fine. Failure to redirect goes to home. Res.redirect to profile if successful. Otherwise, go to home. Okay. res.render. I wrote this, but should be the same. Yeah, views pug, profile pug. Okay, so that works. I think, does it have something to do with this error? Cannot do raw queries. What that even means? Okay, someone else had the error. Let's see. On Mongo connect driver Node.js. M file on glitch makes sure you're referencing in quotation. Okay. Connect driver Node.js. Version 2.2.12 or later. Where is it last? Let me check. Cluster connect 2.2.12 or later. Okay, let me copy this now so it's a new user for our MongoDB. So let me change it. That, and I need a passport, a password, and all this should go here. Okay, so now I changed that. Let's see if the post was right. So I changed from node 3 to node 2.2. Okay, let me clear and let's try again. Oops. Here, so if we refresh now, and if we try again, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's good. So we go back to home and we don't see the error anymore. All right. So keep that in mind. Come on. Now what's wrong? Let's see here. So passport, okay. Connect, password serialize, deserialize, new strategy, function, user. I just copied that, so it should be fine. Route home. Login, password authentic. Oh. Route cost. Yeah, so that's good. They did route login and then post. Not sure if that makes a difference, but yeah, res.redirect to profile, and on profile res.redirect to profile, like that. I see they don't use that bug, but I think that's the same thing. Okay. So let's see. The serialized collection, okay. This goes above, but I'm not sure if that makes any difference. Shouldn't actually, but well, who knows. Route slash post, and then let's use that route and slash login post, and then remove it from here. And then put post here, indent it a little bit, and let's do the same here. Route profile that get. Oops. Okay, and that that's changed. Other than that, it's just the same. we can remove those. All right. This should still work. We should get back to this page. Florin pop attempted to log in. So yeah. What's wrong? Let me refresh this. Okay, so I have no idea what's wrong. Let's try change this to what it was with post. Post login. I want to see if this was there. And here, get profile. Okay. So let's see. I don't know. Maybe it was a bug on their side. I don't know. Alright, let's go on. Oh, no. Okay, let me take a break. Drink something. Orange lemonade, sponsor of this video. Okay. Okie dokie. Let's see. All works fine. Good. Next, as in, any user can just go to profile whether they are authenticated or not by typing in the URL. Is that true? Can we go to /profile? Yes, we can. But we don't want to allow that. You should be able to go to /profile only when you're authenticated. We want to prevent this by checking if the user is authenticated first before rendering the profile page. This is the perfect example of when to create a middleware. The challenge here is to create the middleware function ensure authenticated, which will check if a user is authenticated by calling passwords is authenticated on the request, which in turn checks for rec that user is to be defined. Oh yeah, do you remember what was that? Do you remember that they said when we authenticate, they will set on the request, will set the user. So apparently this rec that is authenticated will check if we have that user. If it is, then next should be called, otherwise we just respond to the request with a redirect to our homepage. So this is a middleware to the request, the profile page. Okay, this is fun. So let's create that middleware. I'm not sure where. Let's not here. Where? Let's do it here. So function ensure authenticated. So it takes request, response, and next. And if passport, right or no, is rec that is authenticated. Okay. So if rec that is authenticated, then next, yeah, return next. So calls the callback on the route it's put on. Else we want to return that redirect to homepage. And now we can use this as middleware here. Do we need to pass in something? No, we just put the doc here. So now every time we go to profile, redirect. That's not the key. Redirect to where is you? Redirect like that. Alright, go back. Profile. I want to go to profile. Please, I want to go to profile. You can see now that we're redirected home, which is neat. Okay, my chair is squishy. Good. Guess that's all. Let's paste this in. Middleware ensure authentication should be implemented and on our profile route. A GET request to /profile should correctly redirect to home since we are not authenticated. Are you ensure authenticate? Yeah. Ensure authenticated. I don't think that would be an issue. If that's an issue, then we're in big trouble. Yeah, that's not an issue. A GET request to profile should correctly redirect to home. But it does. What's wrong with you? Look, it does. Refresh. Come on, freeCodeCamp. Don't let me down now. Now that's annoying. Let's do the thing with route. Get profile and that. Okay. This is insane. The get request should redirect to home, which does redirect to home. Annoying. So look at that, it's the same function. Next, everything is the same. Why you keep bugging me? Okay. Profile. Enter, goes to home. Nah, what's wrong? What are we missing? And we don't have a page here to check to see. Let's see, can we find under GitHub some? Plugin, public, no. freeCodeCamp, testing. Okay. Issues. Incorrect test. Redirect to home. The required page when home. Home page. Okay, this is enough stuff. Get a hint. Come on, why it's wrong? We had some issues before with the browser, but this is not a browser issue. Can be, it's because it's on the server, so oh boy, maybe because we use different versions of the packages. Yeah, so we don't have any error here. Okay, let's go to the next one and I don't know. Okay, now that we can ensure the user is accessing profile is authenticated, we can use the information contained in rec.user on our page. Go ahead and pass the object containing the variable username equaling rec.user username into the render method of the profile view. Then go to profile pug view and add the line. Okay, okay, class center and ID welcome. Also in the profile add a link to logout. Add that route. That route will host the logic to unauthenticate the user. Okay, so let's close this. Here on profile, we should get from the request username rec.user.username, so we can structuring, and then we can pass in this username. Now on profile, well, we won't see yet because we can't authenticate as we're not registered. So yeah, on profile, let's add h2 and also the link. Okay, hopefully this time it works. You should correctly add the pug render variable to profile. What? So username. rec.user, username, let's do it on their way. I don't know. You don't like the structuring? Come on. You should correctly add the pug render variable to profile. Profile. Render. Variable. We have the same here. Come on. You know what? Let me not do this. So we can see if we get the username. So, well, we won't see the username is not defined. Yeah. How can we see the user? Oh, that's interesting. So we can't find the username because it's not defined. Well, yes, we can do direct user. No, let's do hello. So now we should see hello if we go to search profile. Okay, welcome, hello. Good, and log out. We have the link. About the link. Also, in the profile, add the link. Okay. I guess we could. Where is it? Bug. Profile. Let's indent this so the link goes inside H2. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, log out there. Good. I guess here we could have a space. Will that work? Yeah, look at that. So welcome, log out. Good. A1. Alright, that's fine. So see, that works. Why doesn't it work to pass the test? That's interesting. Okay. I don't know. Rec user username. Let's add back the authenticated. Oops. And other than that, should work. I don't know. What's wrong with you? Come on. Alright, let's just go to the next. Don't want to waste more time. Logging a user out. App.route logout, get reg.logout and redirect. Okay, let's just use that. Route, I want to change this login and then post of this. Right, like that. Now on the get, we have a logout, which takes a request response and request it logs out. So I guess it's the same it's a function on the request now, passed by passport link and redirects. Creating a logout is easy. Okay, Authenticated user, it's easy just calling rec.logout. You may have noticed that we're not handling missing pages. The common way to handle that in Node is with the following middleware. Go ahead and add this to all of your other routes. App.use. Okay. So app.use, let's put it here up. So if we don't have a page, we'll just send not found. Alright, please work now. Res.logout should be called in your logout route. Logout to redirect to your homepage. Res.logout. Is it with capital L? So if we go to logout, it will push out to not found. Okay. There is a bug somewhere, probably, and I don't see it, and that's why we're failing the tests. Logout not found. But it's there, route logout, get. request. Let me remove that. Goes to login, it goes to route slash. Should we just put this down before the app.render? So it goes like that. I don't know. And now app.use. This probably will break all of the pages. Yeah. So you may have noticed that we're not handling. The common way to handle this in Node is by following the go ahead and add this after all. Oh, okay. So that was my issue. So this should go after all. So if everything if nothing works, it will use this. Alright, so now log out should work. Please. So this should work and log out should work. And let's test it. Correct.logout. Is that with a capital L? Yeah. I doubt it. Oh, I was pasting this. Okay. So log out. Logout should redirect to the home page. Logout. It redirects. For some reason, the redirects are not working. Press that redirect. I mean, it's not working in the tests. Let me go back to this and see. Yeah, still not works. Still not working. Okay, let's register user. I don't know. Something's bad and I can't figure it out. Or they have a massive bug. One of the two. I'm not sure which one. I can't drink more orange juice because my straw is blocked somewhere. Okay, who knows? Now we need to allow a new user on our site to register. On the res render for the home page and on add a new variable. We did that. When you refresh your page, you should then see the registration form. This form is set to post on register. So I guess, well, we have it here. Register. Collection users find. If error next, find one. Else if user redirect to home. So if we have the user already, we redirect. Else insert one. So if we don't have the user, well, here we should, well, show some error or something. Oh, so the chat is not working? Let's see. Whoa! So I had a lot of comments, but the chat wasn't working. Hi! Hey, people. Yeah, apparently, for some reason, my chat wasn't working, so I couldn't see your comments. Hello? Okay. Chat for the live stream wasn't. Read the chat, Florin. The credentials are wrong. Don't show us that URL, Lord. I believe, yeah. Okay, so sometimes you don't add the instruction correctly. Change your H1 in your index path to be home page. Okay, path home page. But well, guess that's preference. Sometimes you don't add instruction. Okay. Okay. All right. Sorry about that, chat. All right. Let's continue our quest to fail freeCodeCamp. Okay. The logic of the registration route should be as follows. Register new user, authenticate the user, redirect to profile. The logic of step 1, registering the new user, should be as follows. Query database with the find one command. Yeah, so basically what I said. So let's just copy this. I don't want to type it all, so login, I guess here, register. Okay, let me copy so we can see. So we're finding the user by the request body username provided from the form. If there's an error, we pass in the error. If there is a user, we redirect to home. If there isn't a user, then we then we insert in the database a new user, username and password. Okay, then we're passing. Now this is one function, and then we're passing. So weird. They used functions here. They used arrow functions here. freeCodeCamp, why you do this? The famous saying of our friend David. My straw is broken. I have something in it. Can't drink. Come on, go away. I should probably redo this section. I don't know. I'm tired. Okay. And here, after this post, this first callback, we authenticate locally, failure goes to home, and redirect to profile. Alright, let's try that. So register Florin 1234. Register. Goes to profile not found. Perfect, not really. Profile Where is it? Where is profile? Hey, oh, okay, here. Oh, ensure authenticated. Shouldn't go on the route. Should be here. What have I done? What have I done? So I put that there. Okay. Now let's see. This was the issue. I don't know. So let's do it again. Yeah, now we have the user, so it redirects. So we need to create another user, register, profile. Look at that. Never store. So now if we log out, it should go back to home. If we log in, it will go to profile. So our application works. We can't go to profile if we're not logged in, but if we are, we can go to profile and we can go to home. But now we can go to profile also. Oops, not that. Profile, because we're authenticated. Neat. Pretty neat. Alright. So I'm wondering if that... I'm not sure. Did I had that error all the way? Logout should work. Profile should no longer work after logout. I honestly don't understand what they say. So logout works and slash profile doesn't work after logout. Let me check the code again. Route. Okay. That works. Logout. Yes, logout with capital or with lowercase. With lowercase is this, so yeah. Is he reading the chat now? No. Okay. I'm not sure what's wrong. The tests are failing, but okay, look at that. Registering should work. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it does. What's wrong? Come on. You're failing me. Works. Registration work. If I say Ivan here and he has a no good password, look at that. Hello, Ivan. And it works. We can go here. We can go to /home. We can even... Why did I put a solo password? No good. Password. We can log out. We can try to log in with something that doesn't exist. Try to register with something that exists. All of them work. You can do it, Florin. No, I can't. Something's not wrong. Not wrong. Something's not wrong. Oh boy. freeCodeCamp, why are you doing this? Come on. Are you passing this test now? The get request to /profile should correctly redirect to home since we're not authenticated. Get to where is it? /profile. It goes to home if we're not authenticated. What is wrong? What's this face? Oh, I'm having trouble with. Okay. I don't know. Hashing your password. Okay. Going back to the information security section, you may remember that storing plain text passwords is never okay. Now it's time to implement bcrypt to solve this issue. Add bcrypt as a dependency. You will need to handle hashing in two key areas, where you handle registration and when you check to see the password in login. Currently on our registration route, you insert a user's password into the database like the following. An easy way to implement saving a hash instead to add the following before your database logic. Var hash, they use hash sync and replace the request body password in the database. Finally, on our authentication strategy, we check for the following in our code before completing the process. If password different than user password, return none. After making the previous change, now password is the hash. So we need to compare it. Okay, take this all. That is all it takes to implement code, one of the most important security features when you have to store password. Okay, so let's. And I'm still just thinking why that didn't work. Probably because of the versioning here. Who knows? Bcrypt. So you saw that the tests were the tests were passing manually. All right. Let's const bcrypt require bcrypt and then use bcrypt. So we want to create a hash before when we register here. We want here to create the hash and store the hash instead of the password. All right, and next we need this. So when we're checking for the login, the authenticate, no, where was it? Okay, here. Username like that. Here, if the password is different, but we need to compare them, so we're going to put the password and the user password there inside the bcrypt. All right, so that should work. Now we have encrypted passwords. Please work. All right, finally something worked. Clean up your project with modules. Right now everything you have is in your server.js. This can lead to hard to manage. Okay, this can lead to hard what's the correct way to say that? This can lead to hard management of your code. Create two new files, routes and auth.js. Both should start with the following code. Alright, as you say. So what was it? routes.js, and the next one was auth.js. Okay. Now in the top of your server file, require these files like such. Okay. So server, we want to require them. Well, let's put them. Require routes and require auth. Okay. Right after you establish a successful connection with the database, instantiate each of them like such. Routes app db. So here, I guess this routes app db and auth app db. So we're just passing them another files. Finally, take all the routes in your server and pass them into your new file and remove them from your server. Also, take the ensure authentication since we created that middleware function for routing specifically. So routing. All of this. Go inside routes. Okay, bcrypt. Now we need to pass bcrypt there. What else? A passport. And ensure authentication. Oh, I guess password should remain here also. Good. No, probably this will go in auth, but we'll see. So ensure authentication, let's move this also here. I guess this should go outside as it's not dependent on the auth. It will be used inside, but not dependent on it. Alright. Next, everything related to auth should go inside auth here, and should have passport. So server, we need local strategy and passport, which yeah, password we still need here. So let's take this, remove this, and put them here. Alright, and bcrypt and object ID. Okay, so object ID and bcrypt, which is now here. Alright. No. Bcrypt. Okay. So that's that. We should have the same thing working. Now everything is here. App.use and app.listen, we left them here, which is, I guess, fine. Let's put also this, as it's a route, sort of, the 404 route. Alright, and app.listen remains here. Good. Look how much we simplified this. Nice. Let's see if it still works. So, homepage works. If we want to register, test, register, go to profile, log out, log in. Okay, log out, try to go to profile. Alright, so everything works, which is nice. Okay, 41%. This is so slow. For the following changes, you will be working with a new starter project. Okay. Let me quickly take a break. To check something. You have video programming for beginners. Yes, this series is for beginners. This freeCodeCamp series. You can check the playlist in the description. You can find all of the videos so far. Okay. Alright. 34 subscribers away from 10,000. That's nice. Before I go to this part, I want to try again with these. Just please work. Nothing works. Come on. Really? Really nothing works? How can you say that? You're annoying. Just because we moved this, you say it's not working. Really? Testing. Okay. What is the name videos for the beginners? So it's the HTML one, basic HTML. Go to in the description of this video you can find a playlist. And there if you click you will be redirected to all of the videos. Start with the first one and we'll go step by step through HTML, CSS, JavaScript and all of that. Alright, I guess I will leave it like this for now, and I'll do it offline. Not sure why it's not working. So let's start a new project on glitch. Hopefully this time we won't have dead bugs. Really? Glitch, you're buggy too? Come on, generate me a nice project. Don't be lazy. Alright. Server.js. Good. Add your code. Proud. Look at that. All of these. User.user. What? Passing the entire user. Logout. Serialize, insert passport. So pretty much everything we did. Well, okay. For the following challenges, you will be working with a starter project. Okay, the basic path this kind of application will follow in your app is: user clicks on a button or link sending them to our route to authenticate user using a specified strategy, GitHub. Your route calls authenticate GitHub, which redirects to GitHub. The page they land on GitHub allows them to log in if they aren't. It then asks them to approve access to their profile. The user is then returned to our app with a specific callback URL with the profile if they are approved. They are not authenticated and your app should check if it is a returning profile, or save it in your database if it is not. Okay. Alright. Two strategies with OAuth require you to have at least a client ID and client server, which is a way for them to verify who the authentication request is coming from. These are obtained for the site you are trying to implement, such as GitHub, and they are unique. Do not share. You should never be uploaded to a public repository written. Okay. The common place is to put them in your env file and reference them like that. Obtain your client ID secret from GitHub is done in your account profile setting under developer. Click register, name your app, paste the URL, not the project code's URL. Paste the URL to your glitch homepage, not the project code's URL. And lastly, for a callback URL, paste the same URL as the homepage. This is where user will be redirected for us to handle. Save the return information and GitHub client ID and GitHub client secret. On our remixed project, create two routes, accepting GET request. The first should only call passport to authenticate GitHub, and the second should call password to authenticate GitHub with a failure redirect to homepage. And then, if that is successful, redirect to profile. An example of how this should look like is how we handle the normal login. Hello, cool Johnny. Okay, oops. So we need to add that. Right. Okay, let's go here and see what they did. Auth GitHub, password authenticate, GitHub callback, password authenticate, go to redirect. Okay, so pretty much what we did, just say authenticate with GitHub. Do they use? No, they don't use the GitHub strategies yet. So I guess we could do this. Do we need those from GitHub? I wouldn't want to go to my GitHub profile yet, so I guess let's paste this in. No, I don't want to type them. As we already did, it's just we need to go to route app auth.github and then use this middleware, authenticate GitHub, and GitHub callback this middleware, and fail to redirect goes home, otherwise goes to profile. Have an error. Which error? Let's see. Invalid. The URL must be a type string. URL. Which URL? Database. Okay, so we need the database URL again. Alright, let me do it offline again. Connect, Authentication, copy. We need .tmp file. Mongo, no, that was database. That, let's see, database, and I need a password, which I forgot. Edit. All right. Where's it? env, and we need this. All right, so that's done. Now it should work. Authentication fail. Authentication fail. Okay, not sure why, but yeah. Route, home, profile, logout. Server 26. Okay, well, this is another project, so let's take this and, well, let's use it there. I'm going to store this. How was your day, Florin? It was okay. Secret option required for sessions. What? Secret for sessions? Oh, session secret. Okay. Yeah, I forgot about that, so let me add it. Session secret. Go back. Good. So now that's added. This should work. Hopefully. Yeah. Log in with GitHub. Unknown authentication strategy. Alright, because we haven't added it. So let's paste this in. This should probably pass. Alright, next. The last part of setting the GitHub authentication is to create a strategy. For this, you will need to add the dependency password GitHub. So exactly what we had with local strategy, we now have with GitHub strategy. To set up GitHub strategy, you have to tell password to use an instantiated GitHub strategy, which accepts two arguments. An object, client ID, client secret, and callback, and a function to be called when a user is successfully authenticated, which will be determined if the user is new and what fields to save initially. Okay, this is coming across multiple strategies, but some may require more information. Google requires a scope. Okay. Okay, we have the current strategy here. Okay. Here's how the new strategy should look like. Now this will be an issue because we haven't done the GitHub's strategy yet. So we require a callback URL, database logic here with callback containing our user object. What? Okay. So we need to get these GitHub client ID and secret. I'm going to, I don't know. I don't want to use my main GitHub. Should I? I don't know. Let me check. I don't know. Okay. Your authentication won't be successful yet and actually throw an error without the database logic and callback. But it should log to the console your GitHub profile if you try it. Submit your page when you think you got it right. So we need this. Let me get GitHub. I'm going to do it here so you won't see, but yeah, just follow what said in the previous section and this one. So go to, well, let me do this. New Auth app, application name, for freeCodeCamp, auth, home URL, this URL, description. This is an application for freeCodeCamp auth section. Callback URL. Let's see. Callback. Lastly, for the callback page, the same URL as the home page, but with /auth/GitHub callback added on. Okay. So this auth GitHub callback, right? Auth GitHub callback. All right. Good. I also need this, so let me paste it. Callback link here. Okay. Good. Now let me see what happens when I click register. I don't want to show anything. Yeah, client ID, client secrets. We don't want people to see that. I guess probably it's just for this project, so it doesn't be that bad, but who knows. we should avoid. So I'm going to add them in .env. So that should be find ID, secret. They should be strings probably. Alright, so that's that. Now I added them inside the .env. I used these keywords. This callback URL was pushed on the from the GitHub. What we did. Okay, update. Yeah, that should work now. Let's see. Password GitHub can't find module. Oh, I need to install this. So let's add it here like that. And now should work probably. Okay, download it, report, resolving, come on. Come on, come on, turn the radio on. That should work. Now here we will need to do something. But let's see. Login with GitHub. Should go to GitHub. We should authorize, well, for this time, and it should go to our project / callback, probably, which you want to do much because yeah, look at that. So we have all the data from GitHub, which is neat. Okay, let me go back, copy this link, paste it here, tell me it's good, go to next one. Okay, this one also, because this is what we did. That one was the previous one. Alright, the final part of the strategy is handling the profile return from GitHub. We need to load the user's database object if it exists, or create one if it doesn't, and populate the fields from the profile. Then return the user's object. GitHub supplies us a unique ID with each profile, which we can use to search with Serialize the User with already implemented. Below is an example implementation you can use in your project. It goes within the function that is the second argument for the new strategy, right below the console log. So, collection social users, find and modify. ID with profile ID, an empty object, set or insert. Interesting. ID profile ID, so this comes from where it is here. So we get this profile. Okay. Profile, display name or John Doe, photos, new date, set, last login to new date, increment, login count. Interesting. Very interesting this. So it increments how many times we logged in. Upsert, true, new, true. Document, callback new. Okay. With the find and modify, it allows you to search for an object and update it, as well as insert the object if it doesn't exist and receive the new object back each time in our callback function. In this example, we always set the last login as now. We always increment the login count by 1, and only when we insert a new object do we populate the majority of the fields. Something to note is also the use of default values. Sometimes the profile returned won't have all the information filled out, or it will have been chosen by the user to remain private. So in this case, we handle it to prevent an error. You should be able to log into your app now. Try it. Submit your page when you think you got it right. If you're running into errors, you can check out an example of this mini project. Okay, so let's just copy this and paste this here inside the callback function. which should work. Probably it should work. Oh, who knows? Okay, let's see if we paste this in. Alright, so it worked. New starter project. Okay, so these are irrelevant now. Let's go to a new starter project and socket.io. This is fun. I like socket.io. Let's see, how many do we have? 6. Okay, and we have 6 which didn't work. Neither this. What? Why? This should have been working. Okay. Okay, at least that works. Alright. So let's see. Socket.io. Basically, Socket.io allows you to create real-time applications like a chat, which is pretty nice. In the future, I'm going to do a tutorial on Socket.io. Probably, maybe we can create a chat. That will be nice. Okay, we need to require Socket.io. Whoa, look at all this. And pass in the HTTP. And now we have the IO there. Alright. The first thing needing to handle is listening to a new connection from the client. The on keyword does just that. So on connection, on something else, on disconnection, or I think on, not sure which one. So IO that's on that something, or off, I think that's also something. The on keyword does chat. Listen for a specific event. It requires 2 arguments, a string containing the title of the event that's emitted and the function with which the data is passed through. In the case of our connection listener, we use socket to define the data in the second argument. A socket is an individual client who is connected. For listening for connection on our server, add the following within the comments. Here. So io.connection. Oops. Come on, indent. Nicely. Alright. io.connection, we get the socket and we say a user has connected. Now we need to install socket io. Alright. Yo, Liam. You're here. Hopefully you like socket.io. Okay, now for the client to connect, you just need to add the following to your client.js, which is loaded by the page after you're authenticated. Okay, so client.js, public client.js. Okay. Here, var socket will be io. Yo. Okay. So this basically you want to have this socket also on your client, because when the client will go to this page which has the client.js, it will create a new socket connection and it will tell the server, okay, hey, I'm logged in. Well, I'm on your page. So that's that. Okay. IO works only when connecting to socket hosted on the same URL. For connecting to an external socket hosted elsewhere, you would use IO connect and URL. Submit your page when you think it's right. Okay. We need the CDN chat.pug. Now try. Okay, chat.pug. CDN socket. Okay. Client.js. What's wrong? IO is not defined. Yes, it is. Now try. Okay. Alright, so if we go to, yeah, still an error. Express session. Really? Again? Why do we need sessions here? Come on. Don't need sessions, so go away. Another error. We need to add the database URL again. Okay, let's create .env. This is the third time. Database. I need the URL again. Copy. Create password. And I need a session secret. Session secret. Still I have an error. Okay, let's see what's. Auth strategy requires a client option. What? Come on, what? So that's interesting, that list. I don't know why. Why do we need a database for this project? Really? Database for that? Let's see. Do we do something with the database? Authentication. Okay. Oh boy. So that's that, but we have an error, which is odd. Auth to strategy requires a client ID option. Let's well, I guess show that. See this error. Auth strategy. Let's search for this error. Mongo client. All right. Something's wrong. Auth.js. Don't have an auth.js. What's wrong with you? Let's refresh. I don't know. Mongo client. Okay, Mongo. Connect database. We passed to that. Let me check for the database again. Cluster. Okay, let me get another cluster. With node 2.12. Okay, still an error. Let's see here, get a hint. freeCodeCamp socket IO error. Okay. On this challenge, let's see which challenge. Information security, advanced node and express application with. So that's a future challenge. Password socket IO is required, properly required. Expected to require password dot, but due to a typo in the test, your code won't pass. So require the package as you usually do. And somewhere in the server.js, make sure you have this commented line. Passport socket IO is a dependency. Another type in the test require a little more work to do. Create a new file in the root directory, name it whatever you want, like to pass test2. Add the file with the contents, edit line. And the third and last test works fine as long as your code does. So you can see this is not cheating because the test won't pass at the moment. First one because they forgot adding the parentheses, and the second because the package name is password socket.io instead of password socket.io. Hopefully soon you won't need it anymore. Okay, so you won't have, however, I found small problem. Okay, this does not pass. Okay, so it was fixed, but still. Not sure what's wrong. MongoDB, maybe the version they're using. MongoDB, let me last version. Okay, let me show you this. So I changed this to a star, so it will get the last version. Who knows? Yeah, the same. Current server discovery monitor engine you will remove in the future. To use the new server directory monitor engine, pass option use to Mongo client constructor. Use unified topology. Oh, I think I remember we did that in some Mongo. To the Mongo client constructor. Mongo client constructor. Here. Connect. Okay. Connect only accepts a callback. Now that's interesting. Okay, let me go to my account, find out the project which was before. Late cloning, I think this one. So the one we created, edit project, the one we created the Mongo and stuff. Come on. This was just an error. Okay. This was the one didn't work, but so this step is buggy yet, which is, oh well, Mongo. So we do Mongo client. Okay, and which version? 2.22. So let's try to use that. Now I remember they said something about that and wrong maybe and true. Okay. Save initial. Resave key. I don't know if that's what we should do. So let's just change. Well, that's what they use again. So yeah. Who knows what's actually happening? Let's search on the form. FreeCodeCamp form. Search. Which one is this? Setup environment. Search setup environment socket. Let's see. I had to figure out that MongoDB version 3 uses different things compared to version 2, which this exercise was made for in the first place. So to help other people with this, I rewritten some of the code. Alright. Okay, firstly, package.json. Next, auth. Okay, server.js. This is for socket.io challenge. Set up the environment. MongoDB version 3, there. Then Mongo client. Passport, GitHub. Okay, Mongo client again. This should be in the env files. Okay, Mongo connect the same, yeah. Out and routes, HTTP listen, start socket.io. Let's see. Thanks, this helps me pass the test. Okay, but now again I need to go and get these. Oh boy. He also changed app.auth.js. Do we have something like that? Yeah. Oh. So we have these, but they didn't tell us to. Oh, are we using that? Yeah. So we're using the auth, but we are not authenticated. Well. Password use. Maybe that's what requires client ND. Okay, so let me get those. So FreeCodeCamp, you didn't do a very good job, but telling us what's happening. So yeah, it needed to do some debugging, which is fine. That's what you do on your job. So yeah, but it was a little bit of a headache. So let me pass in the client ID and the client secret. Alright, now scroll down. Okay, so that's gone. Let me go back here. A lot of work for this. So yeah, current server discovery. Okay, Mongo client constructor. I want to see what they mean by Mongo client constructor. So let's search for this. Mongoose issues. Mongoose connect. Okay. So let's, yeah, I think in Mongoose we use this. So let's add this here. URL this here, right? So now we have an option. Want to line them. Go back, put the comma. Okay, and this like that, I guess. Okay, DB error, fix that. So can it work? I think we don't need that. I don't have a dot there. What's wrong? What's wrong? Oh. So Mongo dot, and then we pass an object. And then we pass that. So that should work nicely. What's wrong? Unexpected token true. Why? We don't need this. Let's store this for now. We don't need this. Not this. Okay, let me clean this. What's wrong? Okay, it asks us to add that, and when we do, nothing. Okay, I guess that's good. Nothing is good. Okay, let's get the live link. Also here on the public. Yeah, that works. Okay, and let's submit it. Hopefully works. Now, second data should be a dependency. Should correctly require an instance. What? So it's required. It's a dependency. Alright. Apparently you don't want to work. Okay, then let's this, not this wasn't for that, so this one. Okay, let's copy everything from here. How do I copy everything? Auth. Oh, also on the auth I don't have the correct link here. So, oh boy, I need to change it in the auth also. Share live. This is the live link now. Okay, and this should go here. And I also should update the callback URL on GitHub. Let me do that. All right. Good. So that's fine. Let's try again. No, it doesn't work. Okay, then I'm going to use these. Copy, paste in the package.json. Good. Next. Auth should be from there till there. Copy this. Go to auth and paste it. Oops, I copied it. Copy, paste. Okay, and now make sure this URL is what we want. So let me copy from here, paste it here. Alright, good. And the last thing, server.js. Okay, server.js. Let's put it here. We need what we have here to paste it here, and then we can delete everything that's from here upwards, and we have that. We may have these documentation. Do not put this under FCC test app, otherwise your test won't pass. Okay, so course, good. IO, don't know why IO is oh, we need to import that. So this we need also. Go back to the latest, import that, and now you know what IO is. Let's go here, refresh, it should work. And now hopefully this should pass. Okay, thank you. Let's write here message. Thank you. This worked for me too. Okay. Give it a heart. Good. Now, that was a pain in the face. This took so long. Already 2.5 hours, and we have some errors also. Okay, emit is the most common way to communicate communication you will use. When you emit something from the server to I/O, you send the event's name and data to all the connected sockets. So basically think of the socket I/O. You have a server which emits and receives messages, and you also have the browsers, well, which are the users, which receive and emit messages on their own. Now, the server will capture all the sockets of the users, and you can do whatever you want with them to send back data to the users. So this is exactly what the server does. You have one server and multiple users connecting to that server. What you want to do and what you're allowed with socket.io is to have real-time communication. So you're emitting, and if you're emitting to all the users, all of them receive something. And then on the user side, so on the client side, you can do something with the data received from the server. Maybe you show a message, and then all of the users can see the message. Start by adding a variable to keep track of the users just before where you are currently listening for connections. Okay, currently listening for connections. Okay, var let, because we are in 6 land now. Good. Finally, after incrementing the count, okay, now when someone connects, you should increment the count before emitting the count. So you want to add the incrementer without the connection, within the connection listener. Okay, so this, when someone connects, we want to increment. Well, I guess we can leave the comment, the console. Finally, after incrementing the count, you should emit an event. Still within the connection listener. The event should be named user count, and the data should just be the current users. So this is how we emit. So we send with io.emit. We send on this message, on this endpoint, sort of, the current users. And then on the client side, we receive this message and we receive the data and we do something with the data. Now you can implement a way for a client to listen for this event. Similarly to listening for a connection on the server, you will use the on keyword. So socket on user count, and we get a function and we do something with the data. So now on the client, socket okay. Here we can add this. So socket on user count will do console.log the data. So now if we inspect here, let's see where that opens. Browse in a new screen. On the console, we should okay, whatever. The client, can't we see we have errors? Okay, we have. I mean, they're not errors, are they? Let's see. So okay, so we need to use here io.connect, but with what URL? Oh boy, where is the server? Well, I guess we should work with io because we are on the same server. I think. I don't know. Okay. User has connected, user emitted. Let's do a console.log. Hello. Now the thing is that they use a database and connect to the database and all that not so fun stuff. So let's write here console.log connected to the DB. Okay, so that works. So we're here. That means we're not receiving a socket connection. IO is not defined. It's not. But in the views pug index, oh, we should go to chat / chat. This brings us home. Oh, we need to log in with GitHub. So many things. All right, look at that. So now we connected to the chat room and you can see one here. Finally, something. Good. Try to authenticate and you should see one in the console. Okay, finally. So we had to authenticate with GitHub. Next. Okay, you may notice that up to now you have only been increasing the user count. Handling a user disconnection is as easy as handling the initial connect. With the difference is the difference is you have to listen for it on each socket versus on the whole server. To do this, add in to your existing connect listener a listener that listens for disconnect on the socket with no data passed through. You can test this functionality by just logging to the console a user has disconnected. Okay. Make sure client continuously have the updated count of the users. You should decrease the current user by 1 when disconnect happens. Yeah, so okay, let's do that now. So socket, we disconnect and do something. What do? We emit the user count, but we also decrease the user count. Minus minus, and then we emit this. Now, well, do we emit? The client's condition have, you should decrease the current user by 1 and disconnect and emit. Yeah, so we emit to all the users. So look at this. We have here 1. We need to log in. The chat, we get 1. Now, if we go in another tab and log in here also, the console, we get 2 because it's another instance. So each tab is a new instance. I forgot to show you that, but that's it. All right, look at that. We have a nice 4. We should probably send a message or something. Goody goody. Let's get to this. We disconnected, submit, and go to the next one. All right, currently you cannot determine who is connected to the WebSocket. While rec.user contains the user object, that's only when your user connects with the web server and with the WebSockets. You have no request and therefore no user data. One way to solve the problem of knowing who is connected to the WebSocket is by parsing and decoding the cookie that contains the passport session, then deserializing it to obtain the user object. Luckily, there is a package on npm just for this that turns a once complex task into something simple. Add passport socket.io as a dependency and require it as passport socket.io. Okay. But where? Which file? So passport socket.io, this is a package, right? Okay, let me copy this. Go here, passport socket.io, const passport socket.io, require passport socket.io, and go to package.json and paste that in. All right, good. So that's that. Now what? Now we just tell socket.io to use it and set the options. Be sure this is added before the existing socket code and not in the existing connection listener. For your server, it should look as follows. Okay, so here before, I guess, somewhere here. Whoa, this should listen here. I guess. Why did it put it up there? Okay, let me leave it there. Okay, that's what they wanted. Okay. So we use that passport socket.io authorize. Cookie parser. Do we have cookie parser? We have. Express ID, session secrets, session store, all of that. Let's see what's happening. Good. So let's see. You can optionally pass success or fail with the function that will be called after the okay. The user object is now accessible as socket request user. For example, now you can add the following: console log user plus socket request username plus connected, and it will log to the server console who has connected. Alright, that looks interesting. So this connected. Let's see. Now if we refresh, log in with GitHub. Whoa, look at that. Session cookie. Cookie. Florin pop connected. Pop. Good. And it works. Okay, submit your page and think. If you're running into errors, okay. We did run into errors and well. Alright. As I said, this is one of the hardest sections, and indeed it was so. Many chat rooms are able to announce when a user connects or disconnects, and they then display that to all of the connected users in the chat. Seeing as true you already are emitting an event that can connect and disconnect, you will just have to modify this event to support such feature. The most logical way of doing so is sending 3 pieces of data with the event. Name of the user, connected, disconnected, the current user count, and if that name connected or disconnected. Change the event name to user, and as the data pass an object along containing fields name, current user, and boolean connected. Okay. Name. Can't I copy the? Change this to user instead of user count. Okay. And as an object, name, current user, and connected. So const user name, I guess it's this, then current users, and then connected. This should be true. We're passing it here, so user pass it here. If it's connected, what? Let's see. Oh, connected user, I guess. Do that, and then copy this. Here, we can do disconnected user like that. Pass it here. Now we should see that. We also on the client we need to listen to user instead of user count. Okie dokie. Let's run this. See the console. Log with GitHub. And look at that name, current user, and connected through. Nice. On the user. Okay. Now your client will have our information. Handle this event on the client side. Okay. jQuery change the num users. Alright. So we have this by them. Let's copy and we'll go over it. Here. Oh. So don't need this. Alright, so we get the num users and text data current users plus users online. Then we get the message data name. If data connected has joined, else has left. Messages append that. So apparently we have a messages array. Well, messages div or something with an idea messages, and we append an li with the message. Alright, so that works well. Florin has joined the chat. Nice. If we go to another chat, Florin has joined the chat. If we leave it, Florin has joined the chat. Okay, that's because on the server here we passed connected as true. Let's pass connected as false. So now it shows Florin because we're connected on the same GitHub account. So let's see, joined, and if we remove this, should have said disconnect, meet disconnected user. Joined. This doesn't work yet. Now if we remove that, it should say disconnected. Interesting. On disconnect. Socket, request username, current users connected false. IO.emit. Alright. I guess almost works. User should be emitted with name, current name, and connected. Name, current, what? Current users and connected. Name, current users, and come on. Current users. User. Client side. User. Come on, some more errors. Really? Name, current user, and connected. Name, current users, connected. On disconnect, I want to see console.log disconnected. I want to see when that is disconnected. I don't want to see what I'm canceling. Okay. I'm also canceling, I think, the user object somewhere. Don't see where. Okay. Let's go to the chat. Login. We should see session cookie. Okay. Florin connected. Okay. Disconnected. So that works. Current users minus. Disconnected. Let's see. Console.log disconnect user. So again, connected. And disconnected. Okay, so that's good. I'm not sure why it's not emitting to the other ones. 2 users, 3 users. Okay, so Florin joined. Now if I go from, okay, left. Good, so that works. Left. Good. So it works. Get a hint. Let's see, maybe have an error somewhere. This live stream went for long. Give me a minute, I will be right back. Alright, sorry about the delay. Let's try again. Submit. Refresh. I came back with new powers. Really? Let's ask for help. And the title, can we say what's wrong? No. Actually, let's form search. What's the title? Announce new users. Let's see, maybe someone had this issue. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. Just spent trying to figure out why I couldn't pass the test for this. Turns out the test wants things formatted in a particular way, using line breaks for readability. Details all day. All crammed together, passed. Really? Really, freeCodeCamp? That's what you're doing to us? Come on. I'll say this to be user, so we don't mind, and also this will be a let, and it will change the user. Yes, let's put another let here. Let's also do this stuff to see if that's really the issue. I always so surprised. That's the issue. Okay, and let's pass in the user here also. Okay, this works. Share, live app, copy. So that's not the issue. Come on, work. Okay, then let me try this. I don't know. I'm out of options. Connected to all that, and then emit here again. Oops. Emit here again with all that, but this false. So that's gone. Disconnected, no more. Let user gone. That also gone. Come on, work. Works here. Login. Joined. Login. Joined. Joined, left. Really? That was the issue. Come on. Okay. Send and display messages. So we need to form within the form submit. You should emit an event. Socket emit chat message. That on the client side. On the client side. Where is the client? Here, chat. Okay. No. So app public client. Okay, finally. So on the form submit, send the message where. What? Copy it again. Wrong. Socket emit this. Here, so we want to send the message which is got there, that variable to the chat, which is the server. You should be listening to the socket event, chat message with the data being message, and emit. On your client now again, you should now listen for the event chat message, and when received, append a list of messages with the same. Okay. Don't need this anymore. I don't need this anymore. So emit chat messages. Then on the server, we need to catch that. So socket that on chat message. Okay. We want to get that data or message, and we want to io.emit chat message the message. So we set it back to all of the what's wrong. Okay, comma here, right? So now it's listening chat message with the data being message. Once the event, it should then emit the event chat message to all sockets io.emit. So we do that. Data being object containing name and message. With data being an object name and message. Okay. So we need to emit name and message being message. I won't do any ES6 now because who knows if they allow it or not. Alright, so that's that. On your client now again, you should now listen for the event chat message, and when received, append the list item to with the name, colon, and the message. Okay, so the client side, on user, we can copy this and do on chat message. Users, blah blah, users online. That message data that message, and we also have const name data name. Let's use const now. Okay, message. All right, we don't need that. We say name plus br plus message. Now let's check. That should work nicely. Do we have an error? We don't. Alright, logging with GitHub. We say here hello, and look at that, hello. Alright, we can add this here and a space, so it makes it better. How are you? Alright, let's refresh and say hi. And we have a chat. Now if we log in with someone else, we can say something and it will appear here. Awesome. So that's socket IO. Finally. We still have 4 tests which are not passing. So let me quickly search on the forum to see why it's not passing. Bruno asks, Florin, would you be able to also stream to Twitch in parallel for us Twitch fan folks? Probably in the future, not now. I'll think in the future. For now, I will keep it to YouTube for now. Okay. I have started new glitch and passed. 2018. I want to see the new replies. Home page in render. Okay, so I have this project which didn't work. And I want to see why. I want to submit them, fix them, and hopefully have it work and we can all enjoy. Actually, I'll probably do a live stream of me waiting to get 10k people. Not sure. Come on, glitch. Come on. Give me. Thank you. This helped me. Homepage. At first, I didn't pass the test, even though my code was fine. When I visited the profile to redirect home and changing the title to homepage, I started passing the second test. Failing that. Apparently, the test is expecting the certificate function to be defined in the server.js file. The problem was I had created a library function called. When I brought the function into server.js, the tests passed. So much for trying to use a better file structure. Yeah. Wake up, glitch. So our project worked. Glitch is lazy. Okay. Well, actually I need the code for this, so let me go to glitch. Oops. Glitch.com. See my projects, which is this edit project. All right. I want to edit this, and apparently I need to change the title to homepage space. But now I have auth here. Routes. Homepage. Okay. Probably there will be other issues now. Who knows? So let's try. Test time without really. Probably because glitch is not working. Oh wow. The project should work. The reason they don't accept it, I'm not sure. So I won't go for much longer. It's been 3 hours. It's way longer than I expected. But well, at least we completed it, even though it didn't pass. Maybe there are some things you can go and watch on the forum if you don't find. Just search for the title of the challenge and you see if people figured out the issue. Most likely is an issue on the freeCodeCamp tests, which is a bummer, but at the same time they are working on fixing them. So yeah, we just need to be patient. It is a free platform, so people are volunteering, and yeah, keep that in mind. Alright, thank you all for watching. It was a long and probably boring stream. I got tired, but hey, at least we hopefully learned something new. Alright, see you in the next stream. Bye.